police first reading. We've put that off until later in the spring when we find out what the snow melt is really going to be. So we'll bring that back later on. Number 8, amend the open records request for the fee schedule. We're going to take the fee schedule off the agenda tonight. It just happened that Dara did that, and I promised a friend of mine that we would do that, so it's off the agenda. Number 2, transferring 307 West 2nd property to Colorado Parks and Wildlife. I would entertain a motion to put that hearing off until the next meeting.
So move.
Second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Could we have a little, I'm not sure what you're asking. You're not taking any public comment tonight?
That's correct.
We are planning to schedule another, we have scheduled another public meeting for Monday, February 11th, from 6 to 8 at the steam plant, where we'll provide another brief presentation about the project, specifically talking about this property and how this fits into the overall NRC vision on the Vanderveer, and certainly taking questions and comments at that time as well.
So there'll be no public input tonight.
Can I ask who is here to give input on the transfer? I think we should take it. But anyway, we have a motion on the table, so.
I think it's up to you guys whether you want to take it to a continued public hearing. There's obviously there's going to be at least one more opportunity, both the informal meeting on Monday as well as the next hearing on it if it got continued. I think it's up to council whether you want to take some public comment tonight or not, recognizing that I think at least that the requested motion was that no action would be taken tonight until at least one more public meeting can be had this Monday meeting to talk about the project in some more detail. So it's up to council on what you would like to do with that.
Yeah, we found out, we thought that the Monday meeting that we had was very informal. People were relaxed and could get up and say their piece. And so we're going to have another one of those this coming Monday. And then we will have the public hearing here 2 weeks from tonight. I apologize to those folks that came out just to speak on that particular item. We did, there were several of us there at the meeting Monday night. We heard what you had to say. We are in the process of getting the board from the membership it has now, and we're going to take it to 7 members. Dara will be an ex officio member with no voting rights. It's questionable whether I will be on that board or not be on that board, but we've had some really good applications, I think 6 in total, of people that want to serve on that board, and they will be interviewed during this next 2-week period, so those board members should be announced 2 weeks from now. And Al had a concern about bylaws and articles of incorporation. Council, I assume those are in print someplace?
They are. I think we've... Yeah, the bylaws were never adopted when we went back through in the initial formation. Articles of incorporation were adopted, as well as organizational minutes, and I think all of that. Bylaws would need to be amended in any case if council, and I'm going to add a couple of things here. One is that council will need to approve those new board members that they interview at a regular, or at a city council meeting, whether special or regular meeting. That's something the council has to approve, and also it'll require an amendment to the NRC, or the bylaws is currently drafted, contemplate 5 members, so those bylaws would need to be revamped and adopted by the NRC board, as well as the initial enabling legislation for the NRC will need to be modified to allow for 7 rather than 5 members. I think right now we're 5. Bylaws will set them, so the bylaws will need to adjust them. But anyway, so a couple of other, there will be a couple of housekeeping items to go along with the appointment of those board members.
In the proposed contract with the Colorado Department of Wildlife, the city has the right of first refusal, which means if the owner of that property wants to sell it, and they wanted to sell it to the local dump or something, then we can step in and purchase that property. So the city has control over how that, eventually how that property ends up.
That would be the proposed contract at this point. There are still some points being negotiated, which is why it has not gone into one of your packets yet. As soon as we have a clean copy, it'll go into the packet for the next council meeting. I've been going back and forth a little bit with the AG's office on some points in that contract, and until those are resolved, I view it as really a draft work product of mine, trying to get it to where you guys, where it's ready for you guys to consider and decide what you think of it. So.